You ever come up with a build idea and then realize after you've worked on the build for a while that it's not possible in this version? I wanted a fish tank. And then I remembered there's no fish in this version. We don't have any fish to put in here. I've been working on a lot of things, including I've made our expansion over to this island. As you can see, I've cleared off all the trees. I was going to add a little time lapse of doing that, but I just don't feel like editing that part. It's not the easiest thing to edit, as well as a time lapse of me trying to build this, but then afterwards I'm like, I can't put anything in here. I think I've seen some sharks out in the ocean and guardians. That's besides squid, that's about it. So that may just kind of sit there. I don't know. Maybe I'll go grab an elder guardian and I can stick him in here. Maybe we just have an elder guardian as a friend. I don't know. Anyways, I have been working on a whole lot of things. As you can see, I've fancied up our area out here on the way to our new expansion. I do have lines and stuff. I have ME lines running through here. I haven't taken them all the way over the island because I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to get them over there yet. But they will get there. I haven't decided exactly where we're going to lay anything out on that island as well. So that's going to get interesting. But I have done quite a few other things. So let's cover them real quick. I have adjusted or added a number of automations over here, including, as you can see, hyper diamonds. It's nicely set up with a mechanical user, creeper trophy, and an automatic precision dropper. So with the redstone stuff and this pressure plate, as soon as it pops one out, I have a problem. I was pretty sure I got that fixed. That's our hyper diamond setup. Our demon ingot setup has also been cleaned up a little bit. It's now actually in the wall. I've got enchanted ingots going over here because we need those for a couple of things. As well as I set up a sun crystal automation. It's kind of hidden in the wall. Let's take a quick look at it. I have a sequential fabricator that pushes up into a automatic precision dropper, and there's just a pressure plate and a daylight sensor up here. As you can see, there's structural ducts and relays and all kinds of other stuff in there as well. But essentially, when it is daytime, that will try to craft some sun crystals if there is room in the drawer. If there is no room in the drawer, then it doesn't do anything. But if it is nighttime, it will not let those sun crystals come out. This took me far longer than it should have to figure out. I probably worked on setting this little thing, just this simple little automation right here, took me about 3 hours to figure out. That's way more than it should have. Anyways, more automations. I took a few crafting locations of certain items and improved a few other things as well. One of them that we did is we now have blazing pyrotheum and gelid cryotheum both over here on automation, I guess, passive. The gelid cryotheum is getting used with quicksilver to make cinnabar. The cinnabar is getting used downstairs. Can't see it anymore because the pack updated and they changed the distance you see things at. That is an iridium drawer, and that is a platinum drawer. And I will get to those in just a second, because there's also been a change for that. And the change for that is I have added a platinum laser drill beneath our windmill in the overworld, as well as I expanded our laser drill setup in the end. As you can see, I've expanded our laser drill setup in the end. We now have 6 of them here. And everything should be set up just right so that we have maximum output from all of these guys that we can get. I don't think there's any way to really speed these guys up besides just putting more of them down. And I'll probably need more of them over time. But for now, don't mind that that has 6 lenses. It really doesn't make a difference. Because iridium is the only thing they can make. And oh my god, did I not set you to extract? I don't think I showed this off last time, but I added one of these little teleporter frames right here outside our base. It's near our portal tower. But I don't use the /home command, because we essentially have the same thing from this portable teleporter that lets me go to various locations. So, yeah, we have that sitting out here. I've also expanded our wall of automations that we have over here. So we have graphite bars for the industrial grade graphite dust, as well as we'll need those later on for other things. And we also have these are all our ender cores. I think it's finally caught up and finished making things for them, but we've been running out of... We ran through so many of these ender alloys, it's insane. Just because I had to make so many of these to make the upper level ones. I have not automated any setup to actually activate them. I don't know if we're going to just yet, but as you can see, I've also added all the way up to the black iron frame. So I do have room for one more on here, which I don't know what the next one is going to be. It might be... Oh, you know what? I think it's one of the elite crafting ones. Lightning infusion table. Automation interface. No. Okay, it's just going to be a normal one. There you go. Galactic machine frame. Galactic ingots. Tough galactic plating. I think that is the next one that we're gonna get into. As I said, there has been some updates to the pack. Various little things have changed. For the most part, our base is not really affected. One of the changes that they added that a lot of people are kind of on the fence about is there was an update to crop growth where people were using, with their canola farm for their biodiesel setup, they were using redstone tick acceleration by doing like a redstone pulse underneath the blocks. And in this version, that has been disabled now. So now people have been trying to figure out and create different ways to speed up the growth of this. At this point, I don't really care because this system doesn't run anymore. It's like a backup power system for us now. So I am not worried about it at all. It's just going to kind of sit here as it has been. That wall looks so pathetic when it doesn't have anything in it. We have a few things to get to today. And one of the last things that we were working on last time was we got statues and we went looking for shadow gems. I did end up stumbling across 2 shadow beasts. So I have... Oh, that's the Eden Gadillion. Oh, that's another thing with the update. As you can see, it threw things off. Baubles has been changed over here, and with it, it has broken a lot of the bauble stuff. So, if you have the backpack on, it does break when you first load into a world and when you first load into a dimension. So, as long as you do that, you just open the bauble menu and close it. It fixes it. Although, I have a pile of random things that shouldn't be here, though. Hey, look, they deleted. Anyways, I have a soul vial for a shadow beast. We're going to go ahead and end up adding this guy to our mob farm downstairs. But the other one, I did kill it, and it gave us 4 shadow gems. I don't need 3. I need 2. And you'll notice I also have a second set of each of the statues. I don't need 2 sets of them. It doesn't use them up when you do the craft. but I figure I might as well set up 2 pedestal things for him. What's the other thing we need for this? Because this is the stuff we need to make our Necronomicon. Also, I've been completing quests again. So for our Necronomicon, we just need a book surrounded by the statues and a Shadow Gem. Now, as I said, we're going to end up making 2 of these, because it is actually a good idea to have 2 of them. As you can see, it doesn't use up the statues. It did use up our book, but that's fine. And the reason we want 2 of these is so that one of them can always be charging while we use the other one. And that gives us a bunch of Shadow Gem shards. I'm going to go ahead and stick those in our drawer there. Hey, look, we got our gem back. So let's see. Moving on. We will need some Corallium infused stone and Corallium pearls. I think I have Corallium stuff. I think I actually have some Corallium ore. Hey, look at that. Corallium ore. I don't know if I can use that for anything, but anyways. Corallium infused stone. Melt them down into 4 Corallium pearls. These will be used to craft a large number of things. So this is something we're going to want to have to automate. These Corallium gem clusters, dark stone, and dark solarium ingots. Okay. These we're getting from our quarry. I have them down here. And we have 3,072 stacks of gem clusters. So I think we're pretty good there. I'm also running out of places for automating things. So we might need another floor. My jetpack is broken. Okay, well, either way. I do have this little corner down here on our immersive engineering setup that I might just dismantle, and we can add some automations and stuff over here. This is a nice big chunk of walls. But these other ones are all going to stay as they are. I'm not going to add anything to them. But I might expand. I could do another wall like that and just expand like over here. Which I might do for now because I don't know how much more actual automated crafting we're going to fit in over here just yet. It's not a good idea to have too much in one spot, but at the same time, I'm not ready to like fully expand into another area yet. So, for now, let's just make some of this Corallium infused stone. I'm just going to make a stack of it. Good to have. And we need to melt it down into Corallium pearls. I can just smelt it, stick it in a redstone furnace. Use our Necronomicon ritual to get Dreadland's infused power stone from Dreadland's essence. Use an alchemy tables. Interesting. Well, it seems we don't really have any ways to double it or anything, so let's just shove it into our alloy smelter here and get ourselves some pearls. And that gives us 32 more Corallium ore. Next, we need to make a transmutation gem. Most notable for being able to make the Shard of Oblivion. The transmutation gem is a 10-use crafting item. And this is where we get into actually needing the power. So we can do this anywhere, and there is an actual setup that we need to do for this. I think it's the monolith pillars. I can look in here. And let's see, potential energy. This is a power, structures. No, that's not what I need. Rituals. Here we go. Statue have a limited PE transfer range to nearby collectors. Collectors need to be placed in a yellow frame with a 2-block gap between it and the statue. When placed on monolith stone pillar blocks, the statue's range can be increased up to 2 blocks. Statues on pillars can transfer energy to collectors further down. An energy depositioner etc., etc. The statues come in different shapes, all depicting great old ones. They can transport PE to nearby players holding Necronomicons when under open sky. To be noted that harvesting PE isn't appreciated. This causes disruptions to occur, displayed by a bolt of lightning striking the statue or other PE manipulator. Disruptions are random events that can affect the player, other entities, or the environment. All of that has been disabled for this pack. Their purpose is to punish those who tries to drain PE from the higher plane. Yeah, this thing. Oh, right. I need the advanced crafting table to get that. Well, I did go ahead and set ourselves up. Let's go with, where are you? You're yellow. This thing. No. That. What was that? Block of luminescence. Elevatium with energized glowstone. That's what, a block of glowstone? 4 blocks of glowstone each. I'm going to wait on our luminescence. This is going to take a minute, just because it takes a minute. But I think I want to try to get through as much of this down here as we can today. A lot of it is probably just going to be crafting and pedestal work and stuff like that. But one of the things that we're going to have to do is we need to place our stone pillars. And this is where, oh, I need to claim our new area. So this is not where it's going to stay, but for the moment, we're going to go ahead and set up our first set of these pillars over here. So I want to say it's got to be like this. I think this is the setup that it needs to be. And then you place the energy pedestal right in the middle. Oh, all our statues got put in the system. These guys are gonna look kind of cool sitting on here. Cthulhu, our good old friend. That one actually looks kind of neat. Yalg Sothoth. I think this one might be my favorite. The Haster. The other ones look kind of neat. And of course, Cthulhu's just old classic. But like, I don't know. I like Haster's little statue. Anyways, we need our energy pedestal, and I need to grab one more statue. And then we can get ourselves set up over here. Well, hello. You wanna come play with the Abyssal Craft? There we go. We have our luminescence. Go ahead and make our block of luminescence. We will have to upgrade and automate that later on, but yeah, it's gonna be necessary. Especially for crafting these advanced crafting tables. Let's get our first Tier 2 advanced crafting table. Now, I know there's a way to automate these. I don't exactly know how to. I think it's held up with the black iron slates, but I don't particularly know how to automate these. So if I need anything automated in these things, I'm going to end up having to look it up. Because some of these, like a lot of the machines and stuff, I can understand how to automate them. As you can see, some of the in-world items I can figure out how to automate. Those sun crystals I've been meaning to automate for a while, but like I couldn't quite figure out how to automate something like that. So we need energy pedestals, or we need an energy pedestal. And it wants us to make an energy collector and energy relay. I don't think we actually need these. Potential energy manipulation. Both useless without a Necronomicon and actually explained there. Check potential energy / special materials. So the energy pedestal is what we want. I should have enough stuff to make 2 of these in my inventory. If I do this. Yeah. 2 energy pedestals. Now, it does want us to make these. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to need these for anything, so I might come back and make these in a minute. Especially because they're going to be annoying. Well, that one I just have to grab the stuff. The other one I have to make more monolith pillars. But while I wait to do that, we have a new setup. So it should be if I put that there, and if I stand here, I should see some effects. Yeah. Those little lines are our book collecting potential energy. And if I place that there, it should collect potential energy within. And it should charge up. Now, I don't think it charges super fast. Like, that was 155. Yeah. It takes a little bit. I'm not worried about completing that quest just yet because these ones are overworld potential. Maybe I should complete that quest. If this gives us more overworld stuff, then maybe I should. Simply better versions of the normal potential energy manipulators. Oh, so you actually need to have it to be able to make them. Okay. Well, I think this might be one of the first ones we do. Because if this allows us to get more potential energy out of it, then that's worth an upgrade. Anyways, we need this transmutation gem, which is going to be empowered crystal bundles, 4 of them, 2 empowered Nori, and 2 empowered Palis. I particularly set up a drawer that holds these empowered crystal bundles just for this, because I was taking a look ahead and I saw that we needed these. We need 2 empowered Nori, 2 Palis, and we need these Corallium pearls. Now we're going to see if we have enough potential energy stored up in our first Necronomicon here. So how do we do this? So it turns out I don't actually need any of this stuff. I just have to place down some cobblestone. Hey, buddy. And then we right-click it with the Necronomicon. Now there are other materials that we can do this with to make the different altars. Most of them are locked behind specific dungeons. Let's see. Create the altar. Simply place the blocks in the above formation. Keep the colored area clear and shift right-click the center with the block. Hi. Trying to catch me, guys, surprise. And shift right-click the center block. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. This is our first one. Okay, so needed these empowered crystal bundles here. Empowered and Nori crystal across from each other. I think some of them have to be specific, but other ones don't. Are you full? You have 2100. I think that's enough. Yeah, 1500 to make this. So now if everything is done right, I should be able to just right click this or shift right click this. The what? Oh yeah. We've got our transmutation gem. And we've got our first real start into Abyssal Craft. This is further than I've ever been in it. So, that gives us our empowered crystal bundles back. And we're going to move on to Sliver of Nothing. We're making Shards of Oblivion. Shard of Oblivion captures just a bit of madness within its glowing red surface. Sometimes you can see the madness writhe. Take 4 of them. So I need Shadow Gems, I need Steaming Urstonia Crystals, and the Transmutation Gem. This item can alter properties of other materials. What other kinds of things is it used for? State Transformer, Energy Dispositioner. I think the Shards of Oblivion might be the only real thing we need. Gem of Eternal Density. Yeah, we're not touching that anytime soon. Transmutator Fuel. And it's used in some rituals. What is this one? Visage of the Depths. Chestplate of the Depths. Okay. Are those better armor for stuff? I don't know if I'm gonna look at that, but I'll have to take a look at that. Anyways, it looks like it is time for me to get our whatchamacallit, spawner set up for these guys. Go ahead and request a powered spawner. What am I missing? Energized dark ingots. Am I out of oil sand again? I'm out of oil sand again. Holy cow, I've been burning through so much of that. Okay, we finally have our spawner. I have a number of them in here that we can just throw things at. Do I actually have any of these so I can start getting rid of some of these stacks? Yeah, I don't need a nomad. I should be able to just say you and you. I feel like a bit of an idiot. I forgot that the step is actually a soul binder. So, what is this one here? Where's... Yeah, sure, let's do the zombie. I have to grab another spawner. Not like I don't have extras. And we have a Shadow Beast powered spawner. I have everything set up for it down here. We're just gonna have to give it a capacitor. And then we should be good to get some Shadow Beasts going on our mob farm. So far, we only have 3 spawners on our mob farm, which is kind of surprising. Let's get a capacitor for it. And let's go ahead and we'll just do an octatic. We're going to go ahead and put it right here. Give it the capacitor. You get power. And we're going to put this to that mode. Okay, we got some Shadow Beasts in here. Let's go ahead and cover this up. Okay, should be all set. We should start seeing some stuff come in from this if we turn our mob masher back on. And let's turn on the Shadow Beast spawner. And I think the only thing we're getting out of it is these guys. Look at that, we've already got 55 of them. I don't think there's really anything else we're gonna get out of them. Ah, another thing, another change from the update is we now have the Omni wand instead of the the morphing tool. I lost a lot of the tools that I had in the morphing tool because it just got removed. So I couldn't change it back from the Yeta wrench that it was on. So I'm not entirely sure what all I had in there, but I have added a whole bunch of other stuff, and there's new things that you can add into it. So now you can put the network tool, the phantom connector, the building gadget, and other various things. So like our hand framing tool, the portable logic programmer. There's a whole bunch of new things that you can add into there. So I've added those in. Very useful. Anyways, we need to get these slivers of nothing. So in order to do that, we need the transmutation gem with steamy Urstonia crystal and shadow gems. It wants us to make 4 of these. Now, we are going to have to automate this, and it's going to be pretty easy. We're just going to use the same setup we have for like the RF powder, I think it is, where the what is it, like the thermal rod or whatever bounces in and out of the crafter to a fluid tank. One of these. I have a fluid tank down here below with XP in it, just to keep it recharged. We'll put mending on it and all that stuff, and I'll be perfectly good with that. That gives us some steaming Urstonia back. We need to make a Oblivion Catalyst, combining 4 shards of Oblivion and 4 melodic capacitors into an active ender core at the cost of 5,000 PE, and the sacrifice of an animal will gain you the Oblivion Catalyst. Also, multiple headaches and visions of eldritch gods. Don't worry about those. So I need 4 melodic capacitors and an advanced ender core that's active. Do I have one of those in here? Hey, look, I do. I don't have to worry about going and activating one of those. As for the melodic capacitors, I do have those on demand, so let's just go ahead and grab some of those. Shouldn't take more than a few seconds to get those, but... Oh, it's having to craft all the other ones. I do want to expand our auto crafting upstairs and give them more co-processors, so it works a little bit faster. But with all the time that we've spent working on this stuff, oh, this should be able to just chuck in there. I think. I think. Since we've been sitting in here for so long, I think our stuff out here should be good. Let's go ahead and sleep. And there we go. This Necronomicon should be full. Yeah, 5,000. Let's take our shards of Oblivion. Our melodic capacitors. And our ender core advanced that is activated. And oh, we need to kill something, right? Do I have anything on me that I can kill? No. What I can do is... Can I give it a squid? I probably can, actually. I'm wondering if I can. Let's grab a bucket of water and bring a squid over here. That was me, buddy. Okay, and... I'm standing on the pedestal. Do that. Kill you. And we have our Oblivion Catalyst. Such a fun thing. It's gonna be so nice having squid and stuff just spawning all over the place over here. Easy fodder for sacrifice. That gives us some Dark Solarium ingots And that allows us to move into the boring plane. After crafting the gateway key, right-clicking on the ground with it will generate a portal that will take you to the Abyssal Wasteland. Infinite uses. Okay, so I can move this whenever I want. Oh, what an expensive craft. Well, I have most of those. I'm going to need to make it activate another Ender Core. I haven't set up anywhere to actually do this yet, but we will. I do want to have it automated, but I was waiting for resources and stuff to finish building back up. I will automate those before next time, so I have a actual setup for them. But I have in our inventory just obsidian and end crystal. I'll stick it somewhere in the end, which if I go ahead and grab an Ender Core Advanced. Advanced or enhanced? Advanced. Go ahead and grab one of those. I have another one up here. And I'll start grabbing all the other stuff that we need for this thing, which is a lot. Powered Glod, I need what? 7 and 5 Stimulus Stonia blocks. Yee. Talk about an expensive craft. Rather than putting it in the end, I think I'm going to actually put it in here. Okay, you gonna let me place it this time? Yeah, there we go. And we just right click. No explosions, no nothing. It's just kind of there. Anyways, now that we have our next activated Ender Core, go ahead and bring it over here. I already have everything in the table. And there's our gateway key. Now, I think I can break the blocks on this after we do it. Chunk of corallium and refined corallium ingots. After alloying up a chunk of corallium, smelt it down into 2 refined corallium ingots. So we need Ender Alloy Basic, Abyssal Stone, which we'll be getting in the dimension we're going to, a Staff of Rending. Hold right click while looking at an abyssal mob to rend it and generate energy based on the type of mob. When you reach the cap, your staff will helpfully convert that into an essence item based on what you were rending. While weak and slow at first, it can both be upgraded to later tiers and enchanted. Good to know. I think I have a enchantment somewhere for that. Not your father's stone, Corallium Stone. Be found in the Abyssal Wasteland. You can also obtain this by dumping liquid antimatter over liquid corallium and mining up the resulting stone. Can't find any liquid antimatter? Summon an anti-cow with roots. Corallium cobblestone generates in giant chain links to the sky. Corallium stone can also be generated by pouring... Same thing. Okay. Anything else I need to know for the moment? Here, give me the Rostonia. I don't really care which one I get. And Power Stone Tracker. Abyssal stronghold that these lead to functions similarly to the normal stronghold in the overworld, and these special eyes will lead you there. Make 6 of them. Note that the reward can only be gained through a harvest level 5 pickaxe, so you'll need to find a way to get that. I think... Oh, did that give me a multiplayer pack? Hey, we have a backpack like this. It has an Abyssal Wasteland teleporter. Ooh, nice. Before I place that down, I got from in here. Where did it end up? I think it wound up over here. This is what I wanted. I came back to Eden because I knew there was another one of these temples that I had explored, but I hadn't picked it up. Now I'm curious because it doesn't really tell me what the mining level number is anymore. Let's see, we got... Mining level is stone, I think is 1. Then iron, 2. Then diamond, 3. Then obsidian would be 4. So I think my pick is level 5. Well, I mean, this thing is mining level cobalt. Kind of hard to tell. Harvest level 5 pickaxe. Well, I'm gonna need these anyways. Ions vendor, corallium gem clusters, and an osmiridium block. These shouldn't be too hard to grab. There we go, we have our power stone trackers. Let's go ahead and we're gonna head on in if I can. Let's see if this places correctly. I don't expect it will. But let's try this. Not quite how I want it, but I can adjust it. This is also a horrible looking portal. Look at this thing. Thing is horrifying looking. Let's check out the dimension. Loading, loading. It is green. I see a good number of mobs. Well, that's something interesting over there. And there's one of our chains. I might just go see if I can vein mine that. Hi, friends. What is this stuff? And what is this? Wasteland's Thorn. Liquid corallium. My jetpack has no sound here. Corallium cobblestone. I think I just have to smelt this to get corallium stone. What's up here at the top? Abyssal stone. Oh, good, good. That's a dragon. What? I think you can only go so high. And then you just start taking damage for being in here. Didn't know there were going to be dragons here. Does this say unknown? I want to know what he drops. He drops some corallium plagued flesh. Yeah, that's real useful. Can vein mine that. And vein mine a good chunk of that. There. We got a bunch of that corallium cobblestone. Can I help you? Whoa! What is this? Okay, I need to take another look at that. That looks freaking weird. They're pillars? The entire dimension sits on pillars. Okay, that's freaking weird. Okay, well, we gotta find this power stone and see if we can actually break it. Yeah, I'm here. Let's fly a little ways off this way. Oh, I forgot about these guys. I remember seeing them in Sevtech. Oh, hey, look. I think I found what we're looking for. It's like directly below us. Sweet. Hi. Abyssal zombie there. I may want that spawner. Dreadland's infused power stone. There's harvest level 5. Currently harvestable, no. So what's harvest level 5? Mining level, power stone. Refined corallium pickaxe. Erratic crystal. So I guess we're gonna have to make some refined corallium. Which was alloy smelter. And the chunks of corallium that we can make. Ugh, these things ain't cheap. Abyssal stone. Well, I'm getting corallium cobblestone. And abyssal cobblestone. You know what I'm gonna do? Is this abyssal cobblestone. I'm gonna go ahead and put in here. And I think I can just grab a huge mountain of it from out here. Because I think I'm gonna need this. Okay, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to do some... Go back to base and do some crafting. And then come back here. But first, let's check out the dungeon. I like this door. Yeah, I'll take all that. Can't complain about that. I think that's all we're going to get out of this place for now. So let's go ahead and teleport home. I'm going to go ahead and make ourselves a refined corallium pickaxe. And I will be back when we get to collecting the power stone. Oh, see, it does make you tell you about it. Okay, let's make some corallium. Hey, look what I found. I went back to Eden to get another one. It was just right here. And there we have a refined corallium pickaxe. Here we are. And it's going to take a second. But we're going to get ourselves our Dreadland's infused power stone. Why is everything infused? Because why not? And I think that actually means I'm done in here for now. I am going to come in and collect some more of this stuff to make some more of this corallium, refined corallium ingots. Because I don't know what kind of stuff we're going to end up needing this for. Corallium decorated blood star. Refined corallium dust, which I don't think serves any purpose. I don't know. I will come through and collect some more of this stuff. I might go hunt another one of these power stones if I feel like it. I don't think we need it. Because looking at it, it really only has the one use. What is this? Eye of the Abyss. Summon and defeat Asura, the fallen in the Abyssal Wasteland. You first need an Abyssal Wasteland Necronomicon. Open it and read the Rituals Abyssal Wasteland Ritual of the Sleeper section. I think that will be something we do next time. And we need the Eden Chunks, more Shards of Oblivion. Souls, Hearts. Hey, I guess I have plenty of those. But for now, head back to base. And we're going to call it here for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Got a whole bunch of stuff done. Actually made some decent progress, I think, for my first real attempt at touching Abyssal Craft. Like, look at this. I made a good chunk over here. I will look into doing these upgrades and stuff between next time. I don't know what this stuff is. Not your father's stone, corallium stone. Either way. That's it for this time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Or maybe I'll have figured out what I'm doing over here.